Hello everyone, how you guys doing? That I'm here. We're back with another podcast. I believe this is episode 10, 11. Well, okay. So other than that, gonna give you new updates on The Last of Us Part 3. Especially something that Neil did say. Now, if you guys aren't aware, I am now live streaming again on The Last of Us on YouTube. I'm playing Grounded. Grounded is mad hard. I gotta tell you that. But Neo did say that there is an extra chapter with inside of it. So I'm a little curious and excited to find out what it is. So if you guys want to come along with me in this journey I'm taking in defeating Grounded, which is very difficult to play on hard. I could say that for a fact that it is. Go ahead and turn on notifications, and I'll be popping up on your feed around like 5 p.m. 6 p.m. around that time. Anyways, as I was saying, there's new updates on The Last of Us 3. Now I have a few things myself that I want to clarify, meaning there will be some speculation, I believe, what will actually happen in The Last of Us Season 3. Now this says Jackson would serve as a perfect hub area for Ellie should she decide to return to safe town that was home for so long. From here, she could plot her next moves. So basically what it's trying to say is that when farmhouse, obviously of course we saw Dina was gone, she took the baby away, and everything in the house was just taken away. All of Ellie's things was just moved into one storage room. After that, she basically just left the house. Now, what's going to happen? Is Ellie going to go back to Jackson, or is Ellie going to be a traveler? We don't know about that. But let's keep reading right here. Alternately, if the next game decides to focus on Abby and her certified companion Liv, instead, they could find a hub area in Santa Barbara as they continue their search for the Fireflies. Okay, so that's how it's going to go. Like I said in my last previous podcast, I told you some Fireflies were in Santa Barbara. Owen was right when he said there's Fireflies in Santa Barbara. He was right on that. Some Fireflies got caught by the Rattlers. Some Fireflies actually escaped. Some Fireflies actually relocated once they heard about a new group in town that's enslaving people. Yeah, they took the hell out of there. They flung out there. The Rattlers actually saw the Fireflies base, and they gathered some information. They were wondering to themselves, let's stay on radio comms just in case if anyone else knows about this base. Maybe there will be former Fireflies that'll come by and we can enslave them. So that was their whole plan all along, the Rattlers, which was really smart on their end, but really stupid because it really did backfire on them. So if Abby and Liv actually really do find the Fireflies past Hacienda, then she's going to have to tell the backstory. She's going to tell how she's a neurologist's daughter and she was stationed at St. Mary's. She's going to have to explain a lot of things. But will the Fireflies play nice? I'm pretty sure the Fireflies, they probably don't even know who the Scars are, so they won't really pay attention to Lev like the Certified. I could say that for a fact the matter is. Or are they going to think that Abby is a Rattler? No, I don't think they'll think Abby is a Rattler. No, they'll know that she's probably a prisoner, a POW. But then again, you never know. What if she actually meets like someone from back in the day when she used to be a Firefly? That's the thing right there. She can meet a long lost friend. They could vouch for her. So that's one thing. And what if the Fireflies want to retaliate? Meaning they won't go back to Santa Barbara. Once they go to Hacienda, they want to plot the revenge on the Rattlers and take them out. But, pop question, who actually won the battle? After Ellie basically released the prisoners went on a rampage. They're angry and mad. They went to the gun locker room. and they started killing all the Rattlers and taking over the place. They blew up the bloody dome building and stuff. So that's all I'm trying to say is, what's going to happen right now? Like, did the prisoners or the Rattlers win? Who won, actually? My guess is, I think the prisoners, they did not care whether or not they live or die, as long as they were able to shed some blood from the Rattlers. I believe that the prisoners probably actually won, and there will be a war if this leads to Abby side of the story, because maybe some Fireflies will travel back to Hacienda. Whoever is leading it, if the prisoners decide to control Hacienda and to operate there, maybe the Fireflies will think that they're the Rattlers, or maybe a few of the Rattlers actually survive the attack and they reclaim their whole base back. And there's going to be a brutal war. Again, basically like with Isaac and the Scars. Okay, so we have that scenario, that's the object. There's two more I want to tell you about. Okay, now the second one is when we focus on Ellie, either Ellie's going to go back to Jackson inside her old place, and as she does that, most likely she'll remain off the grid, meaning she really won't be on patrols that much. She may go on patrols a little bit, but I have a feeling that there is going to be a new character arriving into Jackson with the new story monologue. That's what I believe what's going to happen, and they're going to end up dragging Ellie back into the mix. I'm not sure if we're going to be Ellie in the full game in the long run. I'm pretty sure that there will be flashbacks, a lot of flashbacks. And yes, Ellie will still be, I guess you could say, one of the most badass protagonists we could still have be. Now the third option is this. If they don't explore any of those galleries, Naughty Dog, what if this actually happens? What happened after pre-outbreak with Tommy and Joel? How'd they meet Tessa? How did Tommy actually meet Marlene, the Queen of the Fireflies? What if we have a spin-off story of that? I know Ellie is basically everyone's favorite character and stuff, and we love Ellie so much. She's awesome. Ashley Johnson played the role as Ellie like just spot on, but just think about it. What if we had a transitional pass of seeing Tommy and Joel together and pre-outbreak trying to survive? Now that will be one hell of a story. What do you guys think about that? Would you want to see that? But I'll give you another scenario. Would you rather have that kind of story right there in The Last of Us Part 3? Eventually Ellie will end up showing up. We'll probably get a flashback of her maybe, or who knows, or it will lead all the way up to the future, in the present I mean. So let me tell you this. What if Naughty Dog actually releases this? What if they release the untold story of Tommy? What part would you guys want to play as? Would you want to play as Tommy pre-outbreak? Or would you rather play as Tommy as he travels to Seattle and kills a lot of Fireflies and tortures them a lot? Would you want to play as Tommy right there? Or would you rather play as Tommy in pre-outbreak? Because remember, we didn't really play as Tommy. I don't think we played as Tommy at all in Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2. No, we never played as him. So something is telling me that is hinting that we may play as Tommy. Who knows? We maybe even play as Tommy's story. Yeah, seriously. When Tommy is part of the Fireflies, we could probably see young Ellie again, like more of her backstory of how she encountered Marlene. We kind of already saw how she encountered Marlene a little bit in The Last of Us Season 1 on HBO Max, but we still gotta look at the story what's inside the game. You never know what could happen with Night Dog. They always have tricks up their sleeves, no matter what. Hope you guys enjoyed this little podcast. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, and yes, of course, I'll see you all in the next one.